Why would they do that? That is the question. And we're going to read the article together, and I want to just talk about it real quick because it's bad. It's a very, very, very bad thing, and I kind of want to talk about why it's so bad. Because it's not just bad because they're removing all chat. It's bad because this is a clear indication that Riot Games is conceding and just saying, hey, our game is going to be toxic forever. This is the Riot Games team deciding outright that their player behavior isn't going to be fixed. So we may as well remove places for people to behave negatively instead of find ways to make people behave better. But the first thing we're going to do, obviously, is let everyone know that the majority of the people... I'm just kidding. So Riot released this, bada bing, disabling all chat. In patch 11.21, we're disabling all chat in match-made queues. I am going to say real quick, they're not saying it's permanent, at least from what I saw. Maybe they're testing something out. Maybe it's because they're changing stuff at the beginning of next season because this is preseason, etc., etc. Anyways, let's read this. While most of our focus around behavioral systems in 2021 has been on gameplay-based behaviors like AFKing and inting, we've heard from you that verbal abuse has been a rising problem this year too. We're working on a number of changes to systematically address this at both the League and Riot levels, but one direct change you'll see soon is that in patch 11.21, we're disabling all chat in match-made queues. And that's obviously the big thing. While all chat can be the source of fun interactions between teams, as well as some good-hearted banter, right now negative interactions outweigh the positives. We'll evaluate the impact of this change through verbal abuse reports and penalty rates, as well as surveys and direct feedback from you all. All chat is the only thing being disabled. Enemies will still be able to hear and see your emotes and chant mastery unless muted, as well as control 1 2 3 4 spam. End of game chat will still be cross-team. Allies will still be able to coordinate with each other in team chat. Regarding that last one, we're aware that verbal abuse happens in team chat as well, so disabling all chat won't get rid of abuse altogether. If we could just... Oh, just so you know, we know this isn't going to solve anything, and we know that like the big problem is also going to be like people in your team. But instead of making everyone mute, we'll remove half of it. We'll remove half of it, even though your team is still going to be able to talk shit to you and hit you with a slur every now and again. It's all right. We'll just remove all chat. Let's keep going. Regarding that last one, we're aware that verbal abuse happens in team chat, so disabling all chat won't get rid of the abuse altogether. But team chat also plays an important team coordination function, so the potential value it brings is much higher, even if it can also host some negative experiences. Most negative experiences. Don't say some, it's most negative experiences. All you get from the enemy team is GG, nice try. Bad, LOL, you're terrible. What you get from your team is like, oh, you didn't rotate to Dragon, Sona? Oh, it's all right. I just wish that your dad pulled out of your mom so that I wouldn't have to play with you. That's the kind of shit that happens in team chat. It's not all chat where it's happening. We know this sucks for those of you who just want to compliment your lane opponent's skin or ask for a dance party in Baron Pit, but we believe the trade-off is worth it to cut down on the growing negativity all chat has been creating in your games. It is so shocking to me. And I wrote all my bullet points down, so we're gonna get through all of my bullet points because I really want to talk about this because it's bad, and I'm gonna explain why it's so bad. Obviously, like the big, super easy way to look at this is like they, and I can't say this because I'm not behind the scenes. On top of that, if you look up here, they say that they're working on a number of changes to systematically address this. But as of right now, it literally is just showing that Riot is either done, like they're just fucking fed up, or Riot just has conceded to the idea that they're not going to make player behavior better. Like no matter what they do, player behavior isn't going to get better. So instead of them trying to do whatever they can to make reports and other helpful things to monitor player behavior more valid, they're going to remove a huge portion of where they think bad player behavior is. Even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat can agree, even though it's not even the place where most bad player behavior happens, most of the bad player behavior happens from your own team, they have just kind of accepted, you know what, we're not going to be able to fix this shit, so shut up. It's like your parents taking away your phone when you do a bad thing. Imagine League with voice chat. I don't even know if that would solve anything. I don't think League should have voice chat, but that's another fucking conversation to have. So I guess a big thing that I wanted to touch on, right, is that removing alt chat does nothing. It does nothing. You want to know why it does nothing? Here, I can actually show you. Check this out. Let me show you why removing all chat is literally the most bullshit excuse. It's literally the most bullshit, like, plan of action I've ever seen in my life. It's a super secret technique. I actually had to talk to a Rioter to learn how to do this. I had to go into Trinimir's office. He was in a meeting. He was pretty upset. But I had to ask him how to do this, and he told it to me. So thank you, Mark Merrill. Thank you, everyone who taught me this secret technique. Check it out. Ready? You go to settings. Here it is. Look at this. Ready? Check this out. Ready? Boom. You saw what I just did there? Like, we might have to, like in the video, we might have to have a slow motion for that because it was a lot to process. But what I did there was I disabled all chat for myself because you've been able to do that forever. In fact, it starts off with all chat being disabled. So if people could disable their own fucking all chat, what good does removing all chat do besides removing something that people enabled by themselves? Something that people obviously enabled by themselves because they want it. But Riot went, you know what? Fuck you guys. You're all too stupid. We're gonna remove it for you. I have no clue why Riot thought forcibly doing something that we already have the option to do. Why did they think that would be a solution to negative player behavior? On top of that, I already said this, but we'll touch on it again. It's insane to me that they think that this is going to be a solution to anything because all of my worst experiences, and I'm pretty sure some people in chat could agree, all of my worst experiences were from my own team. Your own team shits the bed harder than an enemy team. Statistically, it is more likely for your team to shit on you. You want to know why? Because the things that your team can say to insult you, the things that your team can critique you on, is more than what the enemy team can. Enemy Zoe kills you. You're bad. Enemy Zoe kills you. LMAO. Enemy Zoe kills you. Nice try. You go to Dragon and top laner gets ganked? Wow, I saw you path to Dragon. You should have pathed top. How did you not know he was gonna gank me, you fucking idiot? Now they're gonna get the fucking Herald. Statistically, also, it's a quote from Nice, people can always negatively influence a game, but they can't always positively influence it. For someone on the enemy team to be an asshole to you, they have to actually be good at the game and outplay you. For someone on your team to be an asshole to you, they just have to decide to be a fucking asshole. It's like putting a band-aid on a burn victim. Is what they're doing. It is just for show. Another big point, and this is the point, this is where it gets hard, and this is where it gets sticky, and this is just the truth, okay? And it's the fact that Riot needs to come up with better ways to deal with toxicity as a whole, because, and this is something that, shocker, I know, as you guys have played Apex, you guys have played Overwatch, you guys have played Valorant, games like this, where it's a team game, and there's a solo queue option, so you end up playing a team game with people you don't know, are intrinsically toxic, because you expect 5 random fucking idiots to be on the same page, and that will almost never happen, and when it does, good job, but the 50, 60, 70, 80 times it doesn't will stick with you more than the times it does work out. There's no way to tell what is the right choice, and everybody thinks they're making the right choice all the time, and when your team loses, it's because the choices you made were not, you guys just didn't synergize with your choices. So no matter what, these games are going to be fucking toxic. Again, a lot of it coming from your own fucking team. So what Riot has to do is find better ways and more incentive for people to not be shitty, or more ways to punish the people that are fucking shitty. Now, the reason why I said here's where it gets sticky is because how? Because how? I've said this on stream a million times, but I think the biggest problem with Riot Games in League of Legends is that there are not any new players. There are not a million people signing up today like there was in 2013. It's not going to be like that probably ever again unless they release League of Legends 2 Electric Boogaloo. And the fact that they're never going to do that, or that they're probably not going to do that for the next 5 or 6 years, means that, believe it or not, it seems like, at least in NA, which is where I'm from, the League player base is a lot more people who have been playing for a really long time than people who are getting into the game. And when that happens, when everybody who's playing the game has now been playing it for 6 or 7 years, toxicity starts to show its ugly head because everyone thinks they know what they're fucking talking about. And that innately makes the game get more and more toxic overall because everyone thinks they know what the fuck they're talking about. How do you suggest they solve player behavior? And that's why I said it's sticky. This game has been out for a decade, and no matter what, they've been trying, but they can't solve it. And that's the worst part. And that's the part where I kind of empathize with the game itself. That's the part where I kind of empathize with the player behavior team at Riot. There isn't a lot of ways they can solve it. I am just a random content creator. You guys are, you know, part of the Twitch community. You guys watch content on the internet. We are not as qualified as they are to solve this kind of thing. But seeing this come out of them is a very, very alarming thing, because it basically is them saying, hey, we're not going to solve it. And this is the thing that, like, this is the blanket statement, and here's where I say it gets sticky. They need to make it easier to detect and reward good players, and they also need to make it easier to detect and remove bad players. They need to find a way to punish the bad players while also rewarding the good players. A very simple idea. There's victorious graves. If you get to gold, you get a grave skin. How about every season, if you reach a certain level of being honored and revamp the entire fucking honor system, you get a skin for being a good fucking person? What if you could actually get something from the game itself for not being a piece of shit? What if instead of this stupid fucking this person stayed cool, what if instead of that there's a thumbs up and a fucking thumbs down? Was this person pleasant to play with? Was this person pleasant to play with? It'll take each person 1 second after each game. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. Bada bing. Another huge thing, and this is a super duper hot take, and it's probably not the right place to put this. You know, Korea and other regions, to make an account, you have to add like a social security number or something. So your account matters a lot more. I've already shown you guys this. You want to know why people are such pieces of shit? I would have to remember where I saw it, but one time we did this on stream, and there was a place where you could buy an unranked account with 40,000 blue essence. You could buy an unranked account with 40,000 blue essence for $4. $4. You want to know the craziest thing, Riot? People could still do this. And these people who are buying Smurfs and ruining the game for fucking everybody, yeah, these people are also being pieces of shit to their own team. Has Riot said anything? They're not going to do anything about Smurfs, and I have no fucking idea why. Why is it so easy for me to click buy account right now, NA level 30 Smurf account with 50,000 blue essence? I could buy this for $8 and get into a ranked game right now and say the most vile, shitty things I want for $7. And it's going to take Riot a while. It's just too easy to make Smurfs. There's so many things that contribute to the fact that League of Legends is such a toxic fucking game. And for them to go, hey, you know what? We're not figuring this out. We're not going to do it. We're not going to figure it out. So how about you guys? Hey, we tried. We did our best. Everyone, gather around. We did our best. Here at Riot Games, we did our best. We heard you guys, and we know the toxicity is a problem. So shut the fuck up. We removed your ability to talk. Just shut the fuck up. That's what Riot did. That is what Riot did. They said, we heard you, now shut it. And that's why it's like, at the end of the day, the worst thing about this is that there is no solution. League of Legends will always be a toxic game. And unless the player behavior team finds a much better way to assess who's a good player, who's a bad player, and how to punish the bad and give good things to the good players, it's just not going to be worth it. It's just there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. But them conceding, that is the shittiest part. The shittiest part is that they are conceding.